All right, welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokan David. We all noted that there was a moment when Ricardo Carafiori went ahead and obviously slept on his knee in the game of Shakhtar Donetsk at the Emirates, and most of you have been really worried and have been waiting for an update on how everything is really going to be like for the guy known as Ricardo Carafiori. But finally, we have a huge update about Ricardo Carafiori and how he's really going to be trying to find himself in a position to see that everything moves on as planned. So welcome to this channel. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun and continue to obviously subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So we are powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops, and they also deal in used phones and used laptops from the United Kingdom. And this is how everything has gone ahead to pan out into this story. So continue to obviously go ahead and obviously calling them. If at all you really need a new phone, you really need a brand new laptop, used phone and used laptop, but the used phones and laptops coming from United Kingdom, not Kampala, Uganda, go ahead and obviously call them onto that number plus 256 70 99 88 665, and the rest is really gonna be history into the mix. So that is what you're really getting in through from the man himself, known as Mono Gadgets. Call that lady and she'll obviously welcome you and really show you the gadgets that they have, and the rest is really gonna be history into the making. Now we are having a story coming from Ricardo Carafiori, right? And Sami Mikbo has gone ahead and obviously dropped a very huge update. He said Ricardo Carafiori, who limped off with a knee injury against Shakhtar Donetsk, is a doubt for Liverpool game, while medics will make a late call on Julian Timber's fitness for the game due to a muscular injury. So the reports that you're getting in through from reliable and credible sources, and you know Sam Mikbo is really a tier 1 journalist that you can back on when it comes to such stories being put out into the public eye on how United have gone ahead to obviously see themselves into the mix of of Arsenal see themselves of how they're really gonna be missing out on a player like him. And as it stands, it's written all over the world that Arsenal is really gonna be missing out on Ricardo Carafiori in the game of Liverpool, and he's really a doubt. And I think, unless otherwise, I see no reason for them to obviously force him back, because if Julian Timber is back and you're having Jakub Kiwior, no reason to force this guy back. You get no reason to force him back, because all you're going to get is Carafiori. You're going to be getting Ricardo Carafiori, you know, and hiring him back from injury. That might really lead to his setback in injury. So all what you have to do is let him heal fully, such that you can play Jakub Kiwior as a left back, you know, then Julian Timber to replace Saliba, and then Benjamin White will come in through and obviously be played as a right back. So I think in so doing, that will give Arsenal a better shape to obviously face off the side of Liverpool. But the positive out of this story is that Julian Timber, a late call might be made to see either Julian Timber is fully fit, obviously coming through and really play into this game of football, because he's the right candidate to come in through and be played as a right-sided centre-back to replace William Saliba in this beautiful game of football. So that call might be made by the manager, and I think that's why Arsenal are going to be looking vulnerable. But the moment I see a player known as Julian Timber, that central defense, I tell you what, he will be one of those that will put in a shift. Now, for Zinchenko returning, I don't believe that any Arsenal fan would love to see Zinchenko being played as a left back, because we all know that he might be turned into an avenue by Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah is in a spectacular form, and he is really like in the form of his life. Even yesterday night when they are beating RB Leipzig 1-0, he's the guy that was responsible for that assist, you know, that sort of winning score, the only goal that Liverpool went ahead obviously see that team win by 1-0. So I tell you, that's what Arsenal is really going to be doing. So the injury is confirmed, and it's really gonna be keeping him out for the game of Liverpool, you know, and he's really doubtful for the game of Liverpool, and we just can't wait for that update coming from the manager on Friday. Tomorrow, a pretty much press conference is really gonna be held by Mikel Arteta, and a lot is gonna be put out to see whether it has gonna have to be given the vibe that it really deserves to be really getting into the mix. So that is it coming in through from Sami Mikbol, but Core Sport coming in from Italy, you know that the players coming in from Italy, it's very easy to obviously connect with his agents who are down in Italy. They've told us that Riccardo Carafiori has a slight problem with his medial collateral ligament, that is the MCL. However, the injury is not serious. He will be out for not more than few weeks, meaning that he's not going to be out for a very long time. And Sky Sports have also gone ahead to really give us an update that Riccardo Carafiori's injury is deemed not to be serious. It's likely he will be out for a few weeks. This confirms he misses this weekend clash with Liverpool alongside William Saliba. So he's out of the game that Arsenal is going to be hosting Liverpool this Sunday. Remember, Arsenal is going to be hosting Liverpool this Sunday at the Emirates in a game that is supposed to be a must-win for the club of Arsenal. Remember, last weekend, Arsenal was beaten by 2-0, and the team that beat them was Bournemouth, and Arsenal found themselves in a position of really being 4 points off Liverpool. And that means if Liverpool beats them on Sunday, then Arsenal will be like 7 points behind Liverpool. And if Arsenal beat Liverpool, they will be 1 point behind Liverpool. You understand? If they draw, the point difference will stay the same. So this is a game that should be a total win for the club of Arsenal to obviously compensate for that loss of Bournemouth, because you wouldn't like to see a team like Liverpool really start to obviously put themselves in a position of really going off you in as far as those points are really concerned. So he joins William Saliba, Martin Odegaard, Kieran Tierney, you know, Bukayo Saka is doubtful. He might obviously make it to obviously feature for the game of Liverpool. And I think the manager would have gone ahead to obviously rest him for all these weeks ever since they played in the international break, you know, to see to it that he's fully fit for this game. Though he might not obviously put in a very huge shift in that game, but you wouldn't like to obviously go into a game of Liverpool when you're missing 3 of your key players, Saliba, Odegaard and Saka. So we wait and see how everything is really going to be panning out for the club of Arsenal and that game of Liverpool. But Riccardo Carafiori has been confirmed. He's out of the Liverpool tie, and he's really going to be out not for so long. He's going to be out for a few weeks. That is the huge positive that Arsenal might obviously get. But the worrying bit of it all is that he had fit into that team well. You know, when you look at how he played against Shakhtar Donetsk, he could invert very well. He could find himself in position of really shooting at goal. You know, he was responsible for that pass. You know, he really made a run through the midfield and really released Declan Rice. Declan Rice released Martinelli, and Martinelli found himself in a position of really hitting that ball, ricocheted off the bottom post, onto the board of the goalkeeper, into the back of the net. So that's how things are really happening, and that's how magic is really happening to the fullest. So as it stands for now, the club of Arsenal is really having some problems, and those problems are really huge, and you wouldn't like to see it that your club is really going through such into the mix. So we wait to see how this guy returns, but it's going to be important on who returns, and that's why the pre-match press conference of Mikel Arteta tomorrow is really going to be very important at the Sobha Reality Training Center, because the Liverpool they're facing is really getting almost its players back, you get? So after that, let's go to Enzo Maresca. He has something to say about how the game was officiated that he lost to the side of Liverpool, as he also gets into action today to play into the UEFA Conference League. That is it. Then Enzo Maresca, on referring this one, he said, I didn't see anything in terms of decisions from the referee. The only thing I can see is in this stadium is something, the noise of the crowd. The only thing I can say is the referee is there to make decisions. Sometimes they are right, sometimes they are wrong, sometimes it's because of the noise of the crowd, but overall I think they did okay. Now, he has no reason to obviously come out and really fault the referee because he was reserved a lot. Sorry, he was really saved a lot. I believe that foul on Diego Jota by Tosin was supposed to be a red card, though people are really coming up with a different explanations for the law, you know, and how the refereeing laws really state. Then that I think there are two penalties that would have gone ahead to obviously be subjective to the referee to make a decision, and VAR was like, no way, we should obviously be subjective onto that. So as it stands, it's really very important to see to it that everything is really panning out as expected. And I tell you what, a lot is really happening at the side of Chelsea. So Enzo Maresca is having his team today and it's really going to be in action, and that is something really important to note. Then Enzo Maresca on Chelsea's defending because they conceded 2 goals, by the way. They conceded 2 goals when they are playing against Liverpool. He said, I don't agree we are conceding easy goals. I think we are conceding goals like the rest of the clubs. Tomorrow will be a full stadium. Hopefully we don't concede the goals. So they are playing into the UEFA Conference League today, and obviously he's like, my team is really going to be doing the needful. But remember, he makes wholesome changes, and the other team of Chelsea comes up to obviously play 1 game a week. You know that very well, unless when they start playing the Carabao Cup, that is mid next week. That's when they're really going to be doing the needful. But they are playing Panathinaikos, right? They are playing Panathinaikos today, and when you look at how the table is really standing for the Conference League, Chelsea is 6th, but they've gone ahead to win their first game of football that they went ahead to obviously play. So when you look at Panathinaikos, they're also a side that is really having some huge players that can come through in here and obviously shock the side of Chelsea. They're having players like Tete, Cosquet Stars, you know, they're having Serene, Arao. So there are really some good players that can come in through and really shock the side of Chelsea. So it's really going to be a very huge game that we are here to enjoy and see to it that everything really moves on as to plan. Rock and David remains my name. I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Ricardo Carafiori ruled out of the Liverpool game. He's going to be out for weeks, but they're not going to be a lot. And obviously, what do you make about Enzo Maresca coming in to obviously back up everyone that has gone ahead, obviously come up and obviously say that Chelsea are really, not agreeing with everyone who says that Chelsea are really conceding or giving away easy goals. Continue to subscribe. I want to hit 30,000 subscribers, guys, and let's continue to see it that everything really goes on as planned. The transfer rumors are back, and I think with effect from tomorrow, we are going to be doing stories, seeing which players are linked to your teams and which other teams are really looking at players that are really playing for your perfect teams, and they're really willing to see it that obviously take them to where they deserve to be. So guys, I'm out. Bye bye. Continue to subscribe. Remember, we are powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And if you want a used phone and a used laptop from the United Kingdom, call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and the rest is really gonna be history into the making. I'm out, my mates, and bye bye. It's a 5-finger salute. Thank you. It has been long since I last went ahead of record a video, but we are back.